Okay, so this says y equals x minus 5 squared plus 5. So this is in vertex form. So we have some steps that we are going to follow. We want to write it from vertex form to standard form. Standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c. So we're writing from vertex form to standard form. And we're also going to write what the vertex is. So before we even begin, we have y equals a x minus h squared plus k. And from this, we can find our vertex. Vertex is h comma k. So our first step is to find the vertex. So inside the parentheses with x is the h. The plus or minus at the end is the k. So the h is going to be, remember we talked about crazy x? It's the opposite of what you think it should be. So in our formula it says x minus h. This is x minus 5. So h is 5. Not negative 5, it's the opposite sign. And k is 4. So our vertex is 5, comma 4. So step 1 is just to write your vertex. Step 2 is we're going to expand this out because x minus 5 squared means x minus 5 times x minus 5. And then we still have that plus 4 on the end. So we are going to use the box method for this. So draw your box. X minus 5 times x minus 5. All right, x times x, x squared. X times negative 5.
Negative 5x.
And then negative 5 times x. And then negative 5 times negative 5. 25. Okay, so we are going to add those together. So all I did was replace this. And now it's y equals x squared. Negative 5 times negative 5. Plus negative 5 because we're adding these. It's negative 10x plus 25. But don't forget, we have to bring down the plus 4. So then our last step is just to combine any like terms. So the 25 and the 4 can be combined. Plus 29. So this is the same as that. So I want to show y'all in the calculator. So if you don't have a calculator, you can go grab it. All right, I want us to look at what the quadratic is and if these are the same. So the way we graph is we go to y equals, and we are going to put this in parentheses, x minus 5, close parentheses, squared. So remember, squared is right here. Right there where it says x squared. And then plus 4. And then let's hit graph. And let's check that our vertex really is at 5, 4. So let's look. Over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up 4. So yeah, 5, 4 is our vertex. And then I also want to check that this is the same thing as that. So go to y2 and put in our equivalent standard form. X squared minus 10x plus 29. Now hit graph. And what do we see? The blue turns to red because it's going right on top of the other one. See how the blue one was our vertex form, the red one's our standard form? If they're right on top of each other, that means they're the same exact thing, just they're in different forms. All right, let's go to number 2. Let's do the same thing. Let's find what h and k are. So underline h and underline k. So our vertex is, this would be the opposite. The h is always opposite. So it's going to be -3. And the k is -8. So we have the vertex. So now we expand this. So this is equals negative parentheses x plus 3 times x plus 3 minus 8. All right, do x plus 3 in the box because we got to multiply them. And we add our like terms, the 3x and 3x. So it's y equals negative parenthesis. I didn't have to do the last one in parentheses because there was nothing out front. When there's something out front, we have to put parentheses still. So this is x squared plus 3x and 3x, makes 6x, plus 9. Then we have minus 8. All right, so we got to simplify it all the way. That means get rid of all parentheses, get rid of all of the like terms that are like. So we're really going to distribute a -1 right here. Because it's that invisible 1, there's a negative. All that means is we're going to change the sign to everything inside the parentheses. Not over here because this is outside. So this equals -x squared minus 6x minus 9 minus 8. Okay, we need to combine like terms. So the only terms that we can combine are these guys at the very end because they are just constants. They have no variables. So y equals -x squared minus 6x. Now we got to figure out what -9 minus 8 is. So if you need to, go to back to your home screen. You can hit second mode to get back to your home screen. And we're going to do -9 plus or minus 8. There we are. And that is -17. So this is standard form of the equation of the quadratic. So we like to use our calculator to check all the things. So go to y equals, clear out what's in there. We're going to put in our original, so negative parentheses, x plus 3 squared minus 8. Make sure you put minus there, but negative there. And you can do this in Desmos too. I'm just showing you the other way of putting it straight into our TI calculator. Okay, let's hit graph. Oh, there it is, way down here. So that negative is what makes it flip over. Okay, so did y'all see how this negative was there? That's how you know it's flipped over. Okay, and then we just want to make sure that these are the same. So go back to y equals, go to y2, and let's put in the standard form. So negative x squared minus 6x minus 1. Hit graph, make sure they're the same. Oh, no, it's not minus 1. It's minus 17. Couldn't see it. Hit graph. Okay, does the red go right on top of the blue? Yeah. Yes, so we did it correctly. And then our last thing we want to check is the vertex. Negative 3. So does it start at the origin, go negative 3 down to negative 8 to get to that vertex? Yes. Good. All right, last one. All right, first step. Expand it out. So it's 3 parentheses, x minus 2, x minus 2, minus 6. Oh, I forgot to do the vertex. H and K. So the vertex is the H, which it's always the opposite sign. So this is minus 2, so H is positive 2. But K is the sign that it says, so that's a negative 6. So we have vertex. Now we want to do our x minus 2 times x minus 2 so we did this right there. Okay, so we have y equals 3 parentheses x squared. We have negative 2x and negative 2x. How many x's do we have now? Negative 2x and negative 2x make?
X.
Negative?
Negative
4x.
Oh my gosh, I was about to get that.
Plus 4. And then we still have the minus 6. Okay, so we're simplifying, which means getting rid of parentheses. So we want to distribute the 3. So show your arrows of distributing. 3x squared. 3 times negative 4x. 12x. 3 times 4 plus 12. And, oh, I don't need that parentheses there. Let me erase it. White out, yes, that too. All right, then minus 6. Then our last step is to combine these. So we still have the 3x squared minus 12x. And then 12 minus 6.
6?
Yep, so plus 6. Good. So go to y equals, and let's put in our vertex form and check and make sure we did our vertex right. So 3 parentheses x minus 2 squared minus 6. Did you put it in?
Yep.
Hit graph. Make sure our vertex is at 2, negative 6. 2, negative 6 right here. And then We want to make sure that this is the same thing. So I'm going to go down to y2, put in 3x squared minus 12x plus 6. Hit graph. And it goes right over the top, so we did it correctly.